Hey, welcome back to the Mr. Excel Netcast. I'm Bill Jelen.
Basically, you start out with massive amounts of data. You say, how are we going to analyze this? Well, let's fire up a pivot table and see if we can solve this problem.
Welcome back to the Mr. Excel Netcast. I'm Bill Jelen. Well, I may have mentioned that we started this weekly podcast, the On Home and Office podcast, and this is a weird thing. I just got an email about one of the things I showed in the On Home and Office podcast, which, of course, those were all recorded, ahead of time, so there's nothing I can do about that. So let me discuss the problem. I talked on that podcast about when we have two different orders of magnitude in the same chart. You see here that the water shows up, but the air doesn't show up at all. So my usual method is to come into Layout and go into Series Water, format that, and move it to the secondary axis. That allows us to see both things, except Excel does, in my opinion, what is a really stupid thing in putting both columns right on top of each other. So I'm always forced at that point to take one of the series and change it to a different chart type, like a line chart, to allow it to show through. So one of the viewers of that other podcast, Bill wrote in. He said, hey, I have a great solution for this, and I've never seen this solution before. Definitely the winner of an Excel Master Pin. Bill says, create a chart of 4 series. So here, I'm going to take Bill's data. We'll copy it down below, and we'll take a look at how this works. We're going to create a chart, column chart. Click OK. Now we're going to switch row and data. So, we're back at the same spot we were before. Air and water. We're seeing the water. We're not seeing the air. So here's Bill's trick. He's going to take the water and move it to the secondary axis just like before. So we'll format, secondary axis, click close. But then he takes the second invisible series. So in this case, it's going to be series 3. And he also formats that to move it to the secondary axis. Click close, and lo and behold, that gets both series 1 and series 4 showing exactly like they should. Now let's take a look at Bill's chart. He used a couple of nice items here. He took the purple, the air, and drew a little auto shape here to point to the left to indicate that it's using the left axis, and then an arrow pointing to the right for water. Also, he went into the Format tab here, and under Shape Fill, probably went into Texture, and found the nice water background there, and then used purple for air. Really kind of dresses up that chart wonderfully. So I want to thank Bill for watching the other podcast, and hopefully this podcast as well. What a great idea for solving this long-standing problem of charting different orders of magnitude. Well, I want to thank you for stopping by. We'll see you next time for another Netcast from Mr. Excel.
Well, thanks for stopping by. We'll see you next time for another Netcast from Mr. Excel.